So today on the run, we're going to be focusing on the problems in my life and we're going to be just taking a walk as well. Stuff that I'm just working on fixing. Today I brought my dog. So one of the biggest problems I have is going to be controlling my feelings and my actions in the moment that my feelings start coming out and not being controlled by my feelings. And the way that I've been doing that is counting down from 5 all the way to 1 and then saying the feeling that I'm feeling. And after figuring out exactly the feeling that I'm going through, then I figure out the cause. And after I figure out the cause, I figure out what about the situation that I can control, which is always going to be your action. So then you take a step back, you look in the other person, and you say, okay, if I was in the position that they're in right now, and I had gone through the things that they had gone through that led up to this action, what would I want the person that I love and care about most to do? So instead of taking it out on the other person, you control your action to make the situation better. So that way both of you can have a smile at the end of the situation. Now the next one is going to be forgiveness. And being able to forgive yourself for all the stuff that you've done in the past. Being able to forgive others as they were just hurting in the moment that they hurt you. And most people that aren't willing to really work on themselves or figure out their problems and try not to continue to do the stuff that hurts others around them, they just aren't going to be able to stop acting that way when those situations arise until they realize it themselves, that the situation can't be controlled. So you have to move on, you have to move past. And then leading on to the next one is going to be about boundaries and setting those lines, which kind of comes into contact with helping you be able to forgive not only them but yourself for the way that you act. And lines and boundaries and everything else can be erased as people grow and change and learn, because there really won't be much of a line anymore, because they're not doing the thing that hurts you anymore, and they're not doing the thing that hurts them anymore. So making sure that you set your lines, you set your boundaries, you stick to them, you follow them, and others will follow behind you. Has to understand what they can and can't do around you as it hurts you. And the people that don't, well, that's going to be one tough decision that you might have to make. And it's not going to be something that's going to be easy, and it will hurt. But that's how you grow. That's how you become at peace and have more happiness and love in your life. Then the next one is going to be procrastination, and we all have procrastination. We all don't want to do anything that's tough and hard. But even today, as my foot hurts, as I was exhausted this morning, and I didn't want to do anything. Stop it. I still got out. I still went out and did it. Yeah, it took me a little bit longer because I iced my foot and I put some heat on it. But sometimes you gotta take it a little slower. Sometimes to achieve your goal, you gotta make sure that you're taking care of it first. And then another thing is thinking the worst. Thinking the worst about every situation, everything that you go into and all that. It's a good coping mechanism, so that way if anything does happen, better, and you're more exhilarated. But you're giving yourself so much anxiety, so much stress, all the way up until the moment that it actually happens. And generally, the worst happens when you think the worst. So start thinking better. Start making better decisions. Start thinking better about yourself, better about others, better about your future, the future of others. And life will start to get better. You'll start to enjoy more stuff. You won't be as stressed, anxious. You'll have more peace, calmness, happiness. Another one is being unorganized. Now, I got paid very well to organize a warehouse, and I did a very good job. Next is unorganized. I did very well at a job getting paid to organize an entire warehouse, and I never really implemented it into my life. But just having your goals written down somewhere to see the stuff that you want to achieve every single day, having the stuff that you don't want in your life anymore, and the steps that you're going to take to be able to control that. Having your dates written down for certain events and certain things, so that way you don't forget it and it's not coming up as a surprise and you're unprepared. Still live life free. Don't organize every minute, but just make sure that you're organized, so that way you're not stressed as much. And that's the real reason of being organized is a great idea in everyone's life. Needs to go both ways. Another one is being a people pleaser. Now, there's many ways of being a people pleaser and many forms of it. And mine wasn't so much as doing the physical stuff and always being there, but more or less of changing my personality of who I was when I was around certain people to make sure that they were more comfortable, even if it made me uncomfortable. Instead of being myself and being around a group that actually wanted me and loved me for who I was and didn't reject me for everything that I was. I would change who I was so that way I would be accepted by everybody. And there are very few people that I can be myself around, and that's what I'm changing my life big time, is not being a people pleaser anymore. And then there's the comfort zone. And of course, everybody loves a comfort zone, and it's great to be in it every once in a while, but you got to make sure that you're not in it all the time. Make sure you step outside your comfort zone and do it at least once a day. It'll make you more aware of your surroundings, of what's actually happening around you. It'll stop making you worry so much about everything that's going on, and it'll make you process and think about other stuff that's going on inside of your own body and your own head versus everything else that is going to be affecting your daily life, like the news or your social media feed or your video game or whatever it may be. It'll give you a different stimuli. And in turn, you might find something that you love so much but never knew you could actually enjoy because of other people and what they say and decide it is for them. But you're a different person. So get outside of your comfort zone, because you might find comfort in other areas you never knew you could. And those are all my problems that I have been able to list out in the last month, going through and having to restart and rebuild everything, and almost I've lost a lot more than what I already have. So as I work towards progression, as I work towards a life that I want, those are my problems that I am fixing. And there will be more to come. There will be more to write down. There will be more to fix, as every day is a new day and new problems create themselves. But hopefully they're problems that can lead to good fortune and not misfortune, as I try to take the road less traveled. And that's what it really is about here on the run, is getting all those problems out, so that way you can fix who you are. And tomorrow we'll go over all the stuff that I love about myself that I never lost, and continue to improve every single day. And on the run, we fix our problems. We don't run from them.